this breakup has destroyed your confidence. And I'm saying this without judging you, because I know, and I've been in your shoes, I know it's very hard to overcome this pain, to overcome this feeling of rejection. In this video, I'm going to share with you strategies and insights on how you can rebuild confidence, because the problem is if you want to get back with your ex, you need your confidence back.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
The first thing you need to do is to reflect and understand the breakup. That's what I do with my clients when we start working together. It's really spending time to analyze what went wrong. It's also important for you to understand that this breakup is a life event. There's a beginning, there's an end. The problem is when we are stuck in the past, we prolong the healing process. We, in a way, contribute to that lack of confidence. So it's important that this breakup is an opportunity for growth. In any case, if you want to get back with your ex, something needs to change. So that's the starting point, okay? Now, what you have to do is to reflect objectively on the relationship. And that's the hardest part, because when you are in love with someone, when you have had a history with that person, we tend to have a filter that sometimes creates, putting our ex on a pedestal, some say. So it's really understanding the compatibility element, the attachment styles, for example. Understanding what you really want, because sometimes we don't know what we really want and we value what we've lost. That's a common thing. We value it's twice as much. We value things that we lost twice as much as things that we earn. So it's very important to be honest and clear and have an unbiased view on your situation. Could be friends, could be a therapist, could be coach, could be myself, could be anyone. But it's very important because obviously when it comes to knowing what we want, sometimes we are the worst judge of this. The importance of self-awareness. So let's start with self-awareness because that's the starting point, and then I will explain the 3-4 pillars that you need in your life in order to build that confidence. In self-awareness is key because it's really, again, we are looking at filters. We're looking at how we see things, and we are the worst judge when it comes to ourselves. So it's important to understand your personal strength, your areas of improvement. The thing is, when we lack confidence, we see everything negatively. We only focus on our shortcomings. We only focus on our weaknesses. I can guarantee you that you have talent, you have skill set, right? You don't, it's very interesting because whenever we progress, we don't recognize that we made progress. And that becomes the new baseline, but we don't recognize the progress that we made. So it's important to understand this. Another element is the blind spot. We don't know what we don't know. So it's very important to analyze this. You can, for instance, seek feedback to people with a 360 feedback tool. I'm going to try to do something, so check in the description if this tool is available. It's something that I do with my clients. It's basically sending an email. Not talking about the breakup, talking about, you want to change job or you're thinking about transitioning, and you're asking your 5 to 10 closest friends and family about how they perceive you. The result, when you get those things, it's so empowering because we don't recognize our strength, we don't recognize our talent, and people see things that we don't see. So just to clarify this, there's this Johari window where you have this open area which is known to yourself, known to others. So it's basically not anything that you will learn. But what is very important for you is to understand, as I said, the blind spot. It's the thing that you're not aware, but people can see. The strength, the sort of the talent, the things that people in a way envy you. Right? And so very often we have a very bad image of ourselves, especially if we lack confidence, if we're anxious. And then the hidden area is really something you do with a therapist. It's really about how we can sort of peel the onion to know those things. Sorry, that's the unknown part. Hidden area, that's your secret garden. Okay. Rebuilding your self-confidence with purpose. This is also very important. When we lose a relationship, we sometimes lose a sense of purpose because that relationship in a way defined our life. That's not healthy if that relationship defined yourself, but it's true that it defined a very big part of your life. And so what I would recommend you is to Find activities that will boost self-esteem. So what it is? Activity, things that you're good at. Therefore, you need to look at the previous slides and figure out what you're good at. Things that you enjoy doing. So being mindful of those things. Very often we have a hobby, we play a sport when we were younger, and then we stop when we have kids, etc. So why don't you rediscover those things? Another element that I think very helpful is to do things that could help others or community. I borrowed this from Ikigai, and it's a Japanese concept where your Ikigai is at the center of different circles, different things that cross each other, that overlay each other. So it's what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs. Okay. Then at this stage, if you can get paid for that, that's great. That's not the point. It is to find a purpose, because whenever you'll be in that zone of doing something that you like, something that you're good at, so creating a form of mastery and also helping others, trust me, you will have so much confidence in your life. You'll feel like, okay, I have a meaning, I have a purpose, I'm helpful, and I'm in my zone of genius. So it's very important, and it takes years. It doesn't matter. You have to start somewhere. So maybe start with something you like doing and try to be really great at it, and then teach someone how to do it, for instance, or share that time, that hobby with someone. That will be your Ikigai at this stage. You know, you can start, don't try to think like, oh, Ikigai, I need to make a business that's meaningful, blah, blah, blah. No, use this principle to have, and we'll discuss about that. Like, let's move to the next slide, to have like baby steps. That's the slide afterwards. Second one is social element, very important. Obviously, we feel lonely after a breakup. We need to connect with people. So I borrowed this social comparison theory from Leon Festinger. It's basically that our personal worth is based on how we stack against each other. And so at the same time, it's very important to surround yourself with positive people. It's also very important for you to remove toxic people. I know there's this trend on Instagram, unfollow Friday. So any account that makes you feel not good enough, that makes you feel ugly, useless, etc., you just unfollow them. They are not helping you. So again, with your friends and network, try to look at people that actually are not providing any sense of meaning, anything positive in your life. You just remove them, you just ghost them. I'm okay with that, don't worry. And remember that we are, I don't know if it's true, let me know if you agree with that, but we are the average of the 5 closest friends. It does make sense. There's a thing that we hear often. I don't know if it's scientifically true, but it does make sense. Now, it's also about vision. That's the thing that I discussed with Ikigai, is the idea of planning something around things you like. Now, what really helps to boost self-confidence is the self-efficacy theory from Bandura. It's basically when you achieve a goal, you reinforce that sense of efficacy. That's why it's very important to really know your talent, really know where you're good at, really know what you enjoy, because as you progress on this ladder, you will feel a sense of efficacy, and that will boost mechanically confidence. It's automatic. So that's why there's a formula for confidence. I know the overwhelming part is to find where to start. And once you start, it's extremely easy. In that stage, I would set small goals, because the problem is that when you have like ambitious goals and you start with a lack of confidence, you start really down, depressed after this breakup, the problem is that you might not achieve this goal and feel like, oh yeah, you see, I'm useless. So by having baby step, you will build up that confidence. Another thing that I would recommend you to do, it's not about having a to-do list, but it's having a system. If you want to be healthier, for example, like eat healthy food, uninstall Deliveroo, get rid of all the junk food in your fridge, only buy healthy food, don't go out, remove any sugar stuff from your environment. So rather than thinking that today I'm going to eat healthy, just have only healthy food at home. That makes it easier. The same way with being more active and so on and so forth. This is from Atomic Habit that I would highly recommend you to read. It's really about shifting. That's why people are really bad at a New Year's resolution because they have a list, but they don't change the system. They don't change how they live. So no wonder, people are, all going at the gym on January the 2nd, and then January 31st, there's nobody else because they don't have a system. It's not part of their habit. It's not part of their daily life. They're just like, oh yeah, I set an item on my to-do list to go to the gym. But if you don't have a system, if you're not kind of forced to do it, and having an accountability framework, it's not going to work. Another very important element of confidence is taking care of yourself. Very often after a breakup, we fail to take care of ourselves. So there's an element of, sometimes we need to feel the pain. We need to binge eat. We need to do bad things, toxic things to really feel like, okay, I need to do something. Now, once you've went through that phase of, through the rabbit hole of doing really toxic things to you, which should be only 1 week, by the way. Remember that you need to treat you the way you want people to treat you. That should be your motto at this stage. So what you have to do is prioritize physical health, eat healthy food, be active. It's not about running a marathon, but just be active, go out for a walk, etc. As I said before, it's finding new hobby, things that brings pleasure. Just simple pleasure, whether it's cooking, whether it's walking, whether it's playing tennis, it doesn't matter. Or massage. I had a client, she loved to go, her treat was to get massage every now and then. Treat yourself. You're the most important person in your life. Now, if it's about emotional regulation and emotional well-being, find someone you can talk to, a specialist who could really help you navigating that space and providing you tools, as well as following up with you and having some sort of a plan. Because very often when it comes to emotional well-being, again, the same thing as going to the gym, you start journaling for 1 week and then you stop. And there's no accountability because it's just you between you and yourself. So having someone in your team to keep you accountable does make a difference. Now, let's talk about getting back with your ex. Let's talk about reconciliation. And this is why confidence is very important, because getting back together comes from a place of strength and not desperation. So very often people make the mistake that they want to get back with their ex immediately, but they haven't really healed. They haven't really built up that confidence. You can't be attractive if you're sobbing, if you're crying, if you look tired, if you don't come across as healthy and confident. Okay? So it's important to reflect on the change of things that change in your life. Your ex won't get back with you if you're the same person they left. It's common sense, but people don't do it. So I have to repeat this. Your ex won't get back with you if you're the same person they left. If the relationship you're offering is the same. So also understand that the process of building that confidence the confidence shouldn't be linked to the outcome. It has nothing to do. And be aware of anyone guaranteeing you that you can get back with your ex if you follow a certain plan. It doesn't work like this because we are talking about human beings who have their own psyche, who have their own emotions, who have their own belief system. And there are things that you can't control. There are things that I can't control. I will never ever guarantee you will get back with your ex if you follow X steps, or if you listen to me every single day, or if you buy sessions with me every single hour. That doesn't work like this. And so confidence shouldn't be linked to the outcome of this process. Now, in conclusion, yes, post-breakup, this situation at this time feels like you're starting from scratch. Feels like you have a mountain to climb. And at the same time, that's a normal feeling. It's normal that you feel this way. Yes, it makes it overwhelming, this mountain to climb. But at the same time, this is a huge opportunity. Huge opportunity to find your ikigai, to find your self-worth, to really enjoy things outside of a relationship, finding yourself, finally treat yourself the way you want to be treated. As I said, there's a formula to build up confidence. Go back to the slides, go back to the video and write them down. I'll probably leave somewhere a guide for you to if you want to learn more about this, somewhere in the description. And I will end on this quote from Maya Angelou: success is liking yourself liking what you do and liking how you do it. It's fairly simple, right?